Hey guys, what's up? So I wanted to do a hydra video today so that way I can explain, since we have entered the hydra clashes, so that way in case some people can do it, we can start looking into how to build a hydra team. Now there's a few things that you can actually do here. Um, if you have like an AoE drop defense champion, someone like War Maiden, that'd be really good to fill this role right here. If you have decreased speed, like Allure, or I think it's Luria, a couple other ones that will actually decrease speed, that would be good to use in this as well to try and keep the Hydra from getting too fast on you. One thing that we're going to do in my composition that I made here is I have an increased speed champion with Apothecary. So I will take advantage of that. So let's start going over exactly what this team is going to do. So we have Wukong, who is going to strip all the buffs off the Hydra heads and place a block buff on them. And I have like a 400 accuracy, so I'm making sure that I'm stripping and blocking those buffs every single time. He also has some AoE, so he's going to do a little bit of damage. My next guy, Artak, he is going to be our AoE HP burn. Now, if you don't have Artak, you could always use like Coffin Smasher. He does HP burn. You could use Achak if you have him. Or there was a fusion rare that was just in for the Bambus, and that was Selenia Nightcloak. She will fill that role as well. And then one of the most important things is we need a provoker to be able to provoke the Head of Decay, and I'm going to use Gnarlhorn. And then we have Astralon here. He's a big damage dealer. He's also going to be placing drop defense on the Hydra heads for me. We have Skill of the Drakes. She is going to be a backup increased speed, also reviver, and every time that she goes, she heals. She's in a relentless gear, so she's going to, every time she takes a turn, provides a heal for everyone. And then I have another healer in here with also increased speed, Apothecary, and he's in relentless gear as well. Artak is in perception gear. Astralon is in savage gear. This guy I can't remember, and he's in perception gear as well. And then we'll start the fight out on auto. Until you get to know exactly what's going on in Hydra, I would always suggest keeping the auto off until you know how to set up the team setup, so that way you know what's going on in your battle. One thing I want to do is make sure that we do not have auto on when we do this. So that way we can take a look at the Hydra heads and understand what their abilities are, what they're going to do during this battle. So that way we know exactly who we're going to target, what we're going to do to them, and go from there. Now this one right here, the Head of Decay, is probably the most important Hydra to control. So you want to make sure that you put a provoke debuff on this guy, and I'm going to show you why. So this is his skill right here that is the most devastating. Removes all debuffs from all heads, then fills the turn meter of all heads by 30%. If he's able to get this skill off, then everything, every debuff that you placed on these heads is just going to go away, and it's not going to be a fun time. And then he also does another skill, which is pretty devastating sometimes. Now, it's not going to hurt you per se, but it's going to put a shield on one of these heads, and it's going to be a whole lot harder to put damage on that head, and you don't want that. It'll happen. You got to make sure that you watch those life barriers, and you're not attacking the life barrier. What you want to do is, once that life barrier goes on, you want to find a different head to attack, so that way you're not doing 0 damage when you actually hit it, because this total damage is what's going to be, the damage that you're going to get. So he also, whenever an enemy champion is healed, he destroys their max HP by 15% of the value of heal. And it's a maximum of up to 25% of their max HP. The next head, the Head of Torment. What we're looking at here is attacks one enemy, has a 50% chance of placing a fear debuff for 2 turns. This debuff cannot be blocked or resisted. So anytime that you get fear on your champion, what it's going to do is, instead of you doing a skill, he might just get scared and nothing will happen. So what I would suggest, if you do get fear on one of your champions, don't use your A2, don't use your A3 or anything like that. Stick with your A1, so that way if it does, let you not attack anyone, then you're not losing the skill going forward. And then right here, attacks all enemy, damage increases by 25% for each debuff an enemy is under. So he can start doing some damage. And then when attacked by enemies not under Perfect Veil, places a true fear debuff on them for 1 turn. So if you can bring in someone who's going to place a Perfect Veil on all of your champions, that would be great for Hydra. So like a Duchess, if you have her, she is amazing in Hydra because of this right here. Well, not only that, I mean, she does, an AoE revive and all that kind of stuff too, so. And then this Head of Suffering. So what we're looking at here is attacks all enemies, places a 25% weaken debuff for 2 turns. Now, if you can bring in people that can do strengthen, this can help you out a lot too, because it'll resist he won't be able to place the weaken on those champions. Another one, his other skill, places ally protection on all heads except for this one, and then places a 30% reflect damage buff on this head for 2 turns. Also provoke on one enemy with the highest critical damage. So this would definitely go on my Astralon here, because he's like 200 plus crit damage. And so that can really start putting a damper on there. And then the other one is they increase the resistance of all Hydra heads. That's a passive for him. So the last one, the Head of Mischief. One important thing is you don't try to actually focus on this head. And the reason for that is has a 75% chance of redirecting an enemy attack onto another random head. So if you attack him, it's most likely going to put it on an affinity that your character that you're attacking with is weak to. Another good option is to place Hex debuff on this Head of Mischief before you actually start attacking him. Now, this is his big skill right here. So it attacks the enemy with the most buffs. So if you have a guy down here that is loaded up with buffs, he's going to go ahead and he's going to attack them. He's going to steal the buffs from the target. And also 50% of the target's turn meter. And he will even go after the people that are under the veils and everything like that. So just keep in mind on that. And then his next turn, if you don't clear those buffs with like Wukong doing a strip, he's going to take the buffs that he stole from you and he's going to spread them to all the other Hydra heads. So they're all going to have all those buffs that they just stripped. So I'm going to go ahead and do the fight, and then we're going to look at it in real time. Alright. I'm going to do this with the mic off and just let it run. I'll probably put some music in the background. Just remember, the guy that you're going to attack first is going to be the one most likely that's going to grab the life barrier.
Oxi, você é louco, meu Deus.
Okay, so they've grabbed and put in the mouth my first champion. That's going to be Astralon. And so I'm going to target this and clear this green line off so that way they don't digest him. So I got him dropped out, and now he's back in the field and ready to go. And they ate another one, so now we got to get him out of there too. And that's a good thing if you can free your champions. Freeing champs from the Hydra is like elite quest in the clan shop, or the clan quest selection. So you might want to look into that.
This is special performance by KFC Kediri Remixer Club Remix. Yoga Ardiansyah Remix.
Beredar sang dunia mengitari matahari, merantaikan waktu tahun-tahun berlalu. Namun cintaku takkan pernah berubah masa demi masa. Kita
ate her, so she's not going to be able to come back in the battlefield. You can't revive her or anything like that. So that's one thing that you want to watch out for.
Meminta takkan merubah haluan cita-cita.
That's just a brief one. I'm going to go ahead and go through it again and get a better score. It's kind of hard to do while I'm sitting there trying to explain it and stuff. So I hope you guys have a good day. That one is just, just a throwaway. I'll go ahead and free regroup. I don't want to keep result until I actually know that's the best I can do. And I know I can do 7 to 12 million damage with this composition. So I'll go ahead and do that. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Thanks for watching, and I hope you have a good day today.